Hi everybody, it's Mr. Gray here. Welcome to third grade. I am so excited to start the school year off and to be your teacher this year. It's my first year here at Santiago Hills. I came from just up the street at Woodbury Elementary School. I was a sixth grade teacher for 6 years. Before that, I was an instructional assistant and computer lab teacher at Culverdale Elementary. And I also was an instructional assistant at every grade level at Culverdale, K through 6. I started in kindergarten and worked in all the other grades. And I also, during my time at Woodbury and before, but not anymore, was the girls varsity water polo coach at Woodbridge High School, which is also where I went to school and played baseball and water polo. So I've been everywhere around the Irvine, it seems like, and in all the grades, but I couldn't be more excited to be a third grade teacher here at Santiago Hills. It's probably helpful to get to know a little bit about me, and I'll start off with my wife, Mrs. Gray. She is actually a teacher at Santiago also. This is her first year at Santiago, and she'll be teaching sixth grade. We both grew up in Irvine, went to schools in Irvine, and live in Irvine. And we really love being outdoors, reading books, and playing with our nieces and nephews, and there are 6 of them. Other than that, I have my mom, who was a teacher in Irvine for over 30 years. She also was on the national team for water polo. So she was on the team that went to the Olympics, but women's water polo wasn't in the Olympics at that time, and she coached with me at Woodbridge. My sister, Danielle, is an interior designer. She lives in Brooklyn, New York. And my grandma is awesome because she's 94, and that's what happens when you're 94. You are awesome. As far as hobbies go, reading is something that's really important to me and will be really important to our class. I read a lot of books. I was so happy to sit down and read this summer. I spend time exercising. I run. We have a Peloton and a row machine or lift weights. Really, sports of all kind have been a passion of mine since I was little. I played pretty much every sport when I was growing up, and I watch a lot of sports when I'm at home. Another big passion of mine is photography. So I've been really lucky to get to photograph really great places and people and events and sports. I even got to be the photographer for the USA water polo team a few years ago when they went to the Rio Olympics. And then lots of other things, like any cool new technology is often something I'm interested in. I get to do a lot of drone work, both for schools and for other projects. And finally, music is a big passion of mine. My original instrument, it was drums. That's the one I'm best at, but there's a guitar in class and a piano, and I can play a little bit of those things. So we'll probably hear about some music happening in our classroom. On to some announcements actually about the school. You know, the first couple days of school are so exciting for the kids, and I know there's a lot of nervousness and apprehension going into this school year. The teachers have been starting to meet again, and we feel the same way. So I just want you to know that I'm so excited for the school year to start and for the kids to come back, but I'm really committed to making a really safe environment where kids really feel comfortable, especially during this transition time, because it's a weird time for all of us. And so along those lines, I have a few announcements. Number one, Thursday and Friday this week, the first 2 days of school are minimum days. So the kids will get out at 1:40 p.m. School starts at 8:10. And it's really helpful if the kids know their pickup plan. What's going to happen when the school day ends? Where do they go? Who are they meeting? Are they going home? Are they going to the parking lot? Are they walking home? Are they biking home? Are they going to kids stuff? So it might be good to go over that if we don't have like a set plan. And the second thing is for at school, masks will be required at school indoors. So while we're indoors, the kids have to wear a mask. Me too. And then while we're outdoors, the masks are optional. So if kids want to wear them outdoors at recess, of course, that's fine. And at lunch for playtime or any of the PE times, that's totally fine. Whatever they're comfortable with, but indoors it's required. As far as my classroom goes, Mrs. Farley is the other third grade teacher, and she has told me that it gets very cold in my classroom, and I've noticed that too. If the AC is on, it kind of just is really cold, and if it's not on, it gets really hot. There's not a lot of in between, so it might be a good idea for the kids to bring a jacket. They could leave it at school on their chair, but that might be an easy way to kind of think about that as the kids get cold throughout the day in this room. The second thing is it might be a good idea to have a reusable water bottle. If you have one, go ahead and bring it to school. There are some filling stations with filtered water, and we'll have opportunities at recess and lunch where the kids can fill up their water bottle and have water throughout the day. As we get going here, you might have questions along the way, and of course, I'm available at any time. You can send me an email. A lot of times, if you're picking up your kid, you can just say hi after school, maybe ask me a quick question. Of course, we can schedule a Zoom, a video call anytime, but I just want to make sure you, the parents, feel really comfortable and are getting your questions answered and don't feel like you have to wait. Along those lines, I'll have more information for you on our weekly emails, but the first big event coming up is Back to School Night. That will be Thursday, September 2nd. It will be virtual, so it'll be on Zoom, and I'll send more information about that, and it's from 6:45 to 7:20. If you have an older student at Back to School Night, their time is a little bit before that. Like I said, I'll send out an email with more information, but there is a website you can go to that is kind of your one-stop shop for all things our class. There'll be updates, there'll be what's coming up, there'll be announcements and links. It'll all be in one place. And the link for that is tinyurl.com/MrGrayIUSD. And that's just a great thing to keep bookmarked so you can kind of see what's going on all the time. That will answer a lot of questions. I will take pictures throughout the year. I have a class Instagram that is MrGray_IUSD. So you can check that out too. And then finally, I sent this out in the email and it's on the website, but there's a quick getting to know you form that helps me kind of have some contact information and useful information about your students. I'd love to have you fill out when you get a chance. Okay, well, like I said, I'm so excited to be a teacher here at Santiago. I'm so excited to be in third grade, and I think we're gonna have a really great year. So I hope to see you soon, and that's it. Bye-bye.